Right, so another YouTuber made a video about why hypergamy only affects black men. Now, if you're not familiar with the word hypergamy, the definition is the action of marrying a person of a superior caste or class. You might associate the word caste with people from the Hindu faith or the Sikh faith. Now, he was saying that obviously hypergamy only affects black men. And what he was saying is that when women go for non-black men, they're just plain average Joes. But when they go for black men, they need to go for like the highest status male. Now, someone else made a response video to this video, and they basically said the reason why hypergamy might affect black men is because black men may be seen as threats. So, for example, if a woman is with a black man, if he looks extremely good looking, no homo, then he may be a potential threat. So that's why she would rather go out with a guy who is more subordinate, lower down the totem pole than him, because there's no fear of him running off with another woman. Now, that might be in 1% of cases, but I don't think that's true for 1 minute. I don't think women pick men who are of a lower standard because they're afraid of them running off with another man. Now, I've heard women say they'd rather go out with a guy who's not as good looking, but they're not going to go all the way down the totem pole and pick up crap or scraps just for the sake of not having a good looking guy because he's going to run off with another woman. I don't believe that for 1 minute. But so basically back to this original person. So he made a video about why hypergamy affects black men. Now, I would say that women, their primeval instinct is to go for the alpha males, right? So the top of top men. Now, you can disagree if you want, comment below, do what you want, right? Private DM me on Instagram. But personally, I would say that black men in general are more alpha than all other races. Doesn't mean, I'm not saying they're more successful, but I'm talking about bare bones back to primeval animal instinct, right? Animalistic times, right? Back to basics. Black men are more alpha than other men, other races of men. And I know this is true because think back to when you was in school, right? If you went to a mixed school, so mixed, obviously a mixed gender, obviously, and mixed races in school. So obviously you got different ethnicities, right? Blacks, white, Turks, Greeks, everything, right? Indian people. Think about the people in your year group. Think about the guys in your year group. Think about who were the most alpha, had the most status, were the most charismatic guys in that year group. It was the black guys usually. If you went to a school that was of a mixed ethnicity, it would have been the black guys, because that was definitely evident in my school and other schools. The top boys in other schools, in my year group and other year groups, they were always black. There was 1 or 2 white guys, Asian guys, but most of them were black. So women always want to go for the highest status male. So in the black community, there are a lot of alpha men. So obviously they're not going to want to go out with a lower ranking male. Whereas in the white community or in other communities, most of the men are not alpha. Most of the men all look the same visually. So there's not much to pick from. But with the black race, there is a difference. There is a lot of black men who have swagger. No disrespect, I don't really class white guys as having swagger. I don't really know any white guys that have that much swagger apart from them Towie people, those Essex people. They're the only people I know who have swagger. This guy was basically saying that when a woman goes for a black man, he has to be the top of tops men, right? But when she goes for a white man, then he can be any plain average Joe, because a lot of white guys don't have swag. I'm not saying they're not successful, but I'm saying visually they're not that spectacular. They might have a cute face, no homo, but they're not that spectacular. They're not the type of guys that when they walk in the room, you're like, who is that guy? You'd more get that impression from a black man because the way he dresses, the way he carries himself, the way he has swagger. Now, I can give you a great example, right, about hypergamy. Now, imagine you went to Korea. Now, Koreans are known as the uniform race. everyone looks pretty much the same, right? That's why they call the uniform race. Now, it's called homogeneous, where everyone looks pretty much the same, right? So they're known as a uniform race. So you could guarantee that most of the women will have the same type of body type, probably the same height, same facial features or anything like that. So if you go there, there isn't much variety. They all pretty much look the same. If you compare that to black women come in all shapes and sizes, right? Big bust, big booty, everything like that. But with the Korean women, they all pretty much look the same. So if you're gonna go for a Korean woman, that woman that you go for may look the same as her cousins, and other people who walk down the street will look the same. But if you went to Korea, and if every 1 in 10 Korean women had a big bust, big bum, your natural instinct and what you would set your goal on is getting one of those women, because you know there is better out there. It's the same with the black men. With the white guys, a lot of them all look the same. They don't have much swag. They're not big and hench. The ones that I know anyway, the ones that I see, they don't have that. They don't carry themselves as masculine as black men. So that's why when a woman goes for a guy who is white or non-black, he looks plain and average, because most of those guys visually, they are plain and average. They don't have swagger like black men. Look at the media. Look at all the black men. Most of them have swagger. Now look at the media. Look at the white men. People like Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, all these different white guys. They don't have any swag. They're successful, but they have no swag. So that's the reason why their hypergamy affects black men, because there is a variety. That's why the black men who don't have much swag, let's say they're successful, right? They're successful, they're educated, but they don't have much swag. You know, they're short and they're scrawny looking and stuff. Black women and other women will not find them attractive, because there is much better out there visually. Women are visual creatures. So that's just some food for thought. If you like the video, subscribe. If you don't like the video, change your station.